Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm No Way, and welcome to my network, No Way Out Radio. I know a lot of you may know this, and know this network is where I put my podcast and an occasional video now and then. But I think today I needed to look into something else for you. And when are people going to learn? You can't fight the beast at his game. As you see on the screen there before you, you see a Newsmax article, and it's conservatives on Twitter lose thousands of followers in apparent bot purge. See, the whole thing is they set a narrative that Russians had all kinds of bots, and GOP and Christians, and on it went. Ladies and gentlemen, last year, 2017, more Christian organizations were kicked off in Twitter than conservatives were today. The thing is that people don't understand how Twitter works. It doesn't matter the content or the censorship. What they need is activity. All they need to do is come forth and censor a whole bunch of conservatives, and what happens? You give them massive activity by complaining and whining and carrying on and retweet, 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 retweet. You're feeding the beast. You're not going to stop them. You're not going to change it. Jack Dorsey is just a scumbag through and through. He couldn't care less while he makes his millions. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think they care? James O'Keefe proved it a month ago that the little mindless sheeple that work for him, they laugh at you. You think you're getting out there. You think you're broadcasting to all these people, and you're not. Conservatives have been shadow banned for years. Your activity only goes around those following you, and most of those following you is a proven fact. Only 10, 15% are on at any given time, and only 2% of your tweets are even seen by them. But as long as you continue to throw a fit and retweet, and see, they're calling you a bot because you put out one article and then you keep putting it out and you keep putting it out and you put it into an auto tweeter. The left are allowed to do it. The left, the haters, the Muslims, as long as you are anti-God, anti-Christian, anti-conservative, pro-communism, pro-Nazism, Marxism, fascism, whatever other ism you want to call it, then your your reign is free. The problem is they don't create the activity that the conservatives do. So they've already learned very simply, the more you agitate these conservatives, man, look at the tweets. You're all proud of yourself. And Jack Dorsey and his cronies are laughing all the way to the bank. You see, even here on Newsmax, I want to show you. What are they doing? They're promoting all these tweets, all these people complaining about all their thousands of followers they've lost and everything else. And well, yes, they put it out as, and here's Breitbart. Twitter lockout trends as Twitter strips conservative accounts of thousands of followers. The thing is many of the people did have bots. Conservatives, left, people all the way around. I'm not stupid. But the problem is that you think it's changing something, and it's not. You see, the biggest problem is, and Trump showed them one true thing. The left is losing their base. Even Nancy Pelosi was mocked. How much are you worth? You see, there's many different things going on, but you need to stop playing their game. What you need to do is realize that all those followers and all that stuff on Twitter means nothing. We all want to be liked by the people we're around every day and the people we work with and we associate with. But to be liked by, 120, 30,000 people on Twitter that you've never met and you have no idea, and you cannot prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that they're even a real person. That's been proven. It means nothing and it's meaningless, and they've suckered you into thinking it means something. That 5 second minute of fame, that 5 seconds of fame because your tweet flashes across some ignorant Hollywood production or a news media? Who cares if Rachel Madcow mentions you? Are you something because Rachel Maddow mentions you because of some stupid, hateful tweet? No. You see, that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's the whole thing. Go to Gab. Do a podcast. Much stuff you can do for free. But it's a lot better than sitting there pissing and moaning on a platform that has you blocked, has you censored. Your stuff's not going anywhere. Nobody's seeing it. They just give you the perception that, well, they are. You don't realize it. They're laughing because today they're generating revenue. And what are you doing? You're giving it to them. You're giving it to them. Get away from Twitter. Get away. Walk out. How do you cut the head off a snake? The snakes today need money. You take their money away and the head falls off. It's that simple. You stop creating activity. Twitter loses revenue. You know, people like all these Planned Parenthood spam tweets and everything else. See, and all these far left radical groups, they're not going to waste their money if it's only going into the left wing spamming, because all the right-minded people have left. Go on somewhere else and stop feeding the activity that is, well, destroying you. It's real simple. Deactivate your account. Move on. Go somewhere else. Because the day is coming, ladies and gentlemen, when you're going to have to make a decision. Are you going to be brave like all the people in Egypt and Iran and many countries around the world that have had enough of their tyrannical government? Or is your revolution still going to be nothing more than a meaningless tweet or Facebook post? They're censoring you. They're blocking you. So do the right thing and say goodbye to Jack Dorsey and all the other little crony puppets of the left-wing ignorance and move on. I mean, even YouTube's going to probably try to censor this in any way, shape, or form that they possibly can. And that's okay. I don't care. Because you'd be surprised. They can take views away from it all they want. But once a person has watched your video, they've watched it. If Googly YouTube wants to give you credit for it or not. So you pick up the good informative ones and you keep sharing them and you keep posting them and you keep sending them to people. You email them, whatever. But get off in Twitter. Get the activity down. That's how you get rid of it. I'll tell you, once if Twitter starts finally losing all of its stock value, the board of directors will send Jack Dorsey and all of his little cronies packing. If not, then they'll go bankrupt and they'll go away on their own. How many know of MySpace? Remember when MySpace came out? Didn't take long for that to disappear. And look at Facebook now. Now Facebook's going around. Mark Zuckerberg is going around the world trying to protect Facebook from all these other governments out there that are saying, well, we've just about had it with your spying and your indoctrination and just all of your filth. But you're not an American if you're feeding the beast. You're nothing more than a puppet. And if that offends you, I'm sorry. But it's time you look in the mirror. Get your act together. We need to save America or kiss her goodbye. So on that, this is No Way Out.